And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gym of the Crypto, episode 898. Today is Thursday, February 24th, 2022, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we're here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community, Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
At 10-ish, and today's top stories: Bitcoin plunges as Putin announces special military operation in Ukraine. Seller rugs $30 million CryptoPunk collection minutes before Sotheby's auction. Maple Finance partners with Celsius to launch wrapped Ethereum lending pool. Dogecoin founder speaks out against meme coins. And Cointelegraph's top 100. We started to break into the 20s. But first and foremost, what's going on with those prices?
Oh, yeah. So let's take a look at our prices for today. Bitcoin took a shit this morning, down to $35,539, down 8% today. Ethereum at $2,425, down 10.3%. Binance Coin at $340, down 10% today. XRP sitting at 64 cents, down 11.6% today. Cardano at 78 cents, down 15% today. Solana at 82.37, down 8.8%. Terra Luna coming in at $54 is down 7.3%. And last but not least, rounding out that top 10, not including stablecoins, is Avalanche at $68 is down 14% today. So the entire market looks terrible. El Terrible. And our biggest gainers, I forgot to jump those in there. Today is Nolian Credits, Shiba Toby, and Bunny Girl Universe. Oh yeah, keep it weird, crypto, because what is Shiba Toby? They're basically just making a bunch of different versions of Shiba Inu, and Dogecoin looks like, and we'll talk about that later.
All right. Other than that, I want to give a shout out and thank you to today's show sponsor again, iCoin Technology, with these new wallets they have out, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and digital wallets. You can check that out at iCointechnology.com. But again, that's iCointechnology.com for these new wallets. Super cool wallets. We did some internal consulting for them months ago. They finally released it. They have some more news upcoming. But again, it's a Bitcoin cold storage wallet. It is air gap, so it never actually connects to the internet. You can see here, iCoin Wallets uses a rear-facing camera to import blockchain data required to construct a transaction. Your iCoin wallet never connects to a network, has a touchscreen and camera, encrypted storage, wallet updates, seed-based recovery, and there's an iCoin mobile app to go along with it. You can see here, it also comes with a printer, which is one of my favorite parts of it, where you can print your seed, phrase, and QR account addresses, transactions, receipts, and private keys. I think the transaction receipts will be one of the biggest things when it comes to turning your own device into a POS device, to actually be able to print a receipt after a Bitcoin, Ethereum, or anything type of transaction like that. There's also NFT cold storage, ERC and ETC compatible addresses storage, and there are full nodes where iCoin hosts full Bitcoin and Ethereum nodes. But really quick, enough of actually talking about it. I want to quickly show you. Here you can see, let me make sure I haven't got my main one pulled up. I don't think I have any real money in this wallet anyway, maybe $5, so somebody steals it. But here you can see my Bitcoin wallet address has been pulled up on my iCoin mobile wallet, which again is pretty cool. It's called iCoin. We kind of see what it looks like. But here's a QR code printed up for my Bitcoin wallet. Let's say I wanted to give someone my QR code or just put it on the front of my business or whatever, on my laptop. You just take the printer here. You literally just press print here on the QR code, and it doesn't work. No, I'm just kidding. Here it is. Boom. I clicked it twice by mistake. You press print on the QR code, and it's loading there. Oh, and there it is. You have your own QR code that just printed out. Again, you can do this with your seed phrase. I really like this part of it. You can do this with your seed phrase. You can do it with a few other things on the app as well. So if you're interested in getting a new wallet, check out iCointechnology.com. They have a brand new Bitcoin, Ethereum hardware wallet for you. And again, they look cool. They look sleek. I like them. And you can use that printer as well for many things. So make sure you check them out. More to come on that. Again, that's a long-term partnership. So we'll be digging deeper into it. Really quick, what's going on? Michael Kennedy, Bitcoin Madam, Leroy Forbes, Cedric, T Breezy, Candace, Kadeem, Captain G, 64 ECG. Good morning, good morning, good morning. The Painter, Last Square, New Jersey in the house. Good morning, everybody joining the show. Top story of the day. I mean, we all know it. Bitcoin market, the price slip. Bitcoin plunges as Putin announces special military operation in Ukraine. The Russian army has begun a military operation in Ukraine as missile explosions have been heard surrounding several areas, including the capital of key markets that have dropped in response. Going back to that joke from yesterday, I do remember the one time Bitcoin Zay and I had a conversation about crime in America, maybe why certain crimes and certain groups of demographics of people are looked a certain way. I was like, well, maybe, you remember this conversation? I was like, well, maybe it's because how barbaric some of these criminals are and some of the things you do. And you was like, I don't know what's more barbaric than dropping the bomb on people. I was like, shut my whole argument up right there. Like, hey, people, hey, as I said yesterday, all this white and white crime got to stop. It's not enough robberies, violent attacks, random attacks. There's not enough shootings in the world to amount to a fucking missile being smacked on your home. But that's what's going on over there in Russia and Ukraine. Again, global crypto and stock markets have plunged after the Russian President Vladimir Putin announced on a national broadcast that his army will conduct a special military operation in Ukraine. So first and foremost, again, I'm not in the traditional market. I am in the crypto market. We've seen what can happen here. If you didn't catch that dip yesterday, I don't know what it took, bro. When it touched 34.9, I was on it because I was like, oh, we ain't going much lower than this. Like, remember, we had went up to 39 yesterday. The chop, the sideways action should have brought us back down to 37, high 37, 38 for the rest of yesterday going into today, where we may have saw anywhere from, again, low 37 to still 39. We were in that sideways chop. We were already down on the previous weekend. So usually you don't see that back to back. Because of this stuff what happened in Russia, we went down even deeper. Of course, we're going down to 34.8, 34.7. Like I said, I bought the dip on 34.9. I was like, listen, it's already.
I was on the phone with my bank at like 5:30, like, hey, increase my limits. Cause
you know what I'm saying?
I was trying to wire in more money. I was like, bro, I'm trying to buy as much as possible.
And we already set up on Bybit. So when it does,
I'm buying all the way down to 13K.
Exactly. Listen, when it keeps going low, the Bybit going to click on. Here's the thing, folks. I honestly think, because let's not get it twisted. I will give the United States credit and government credit on something. Again, being in the military, we are smart as shit when it comes to military stuff. We know what we're talking about. We know how to antagonize. So one thing I will say is it is interesting to see the U.S. approach to this. All right, it don't get no more gangster than three countries, really. And that's Russia's Putin, actually four, you got to throw India in there a little bit, but Russia's Putin, China's, what's his name again? I can't even think of his name off the top of my head right now. I forgot his name, but China's prime minister, president. Yeah, Yao. Zhao. I don't know. You funny as hell. And the United States American government. I say that to say this. The United States American government already knew full and damn well that Putin and Russia is some real G's over there, all right? So why would you antagonize them unless you actually wanted them to attack? Unless you actually wanted there to be this new thing to talk about, a new thing in the streets, because it literally made no sense for the American government. Like, we literally turned instigators the other day. It was two people about to fight. It was somebody big brother and somebody little brother about to fight, and we came up talking about something. Bro, we got your back if you swing on him, bro. Like, he ain't gonna, exactly. Like, you better not hit him. You better not hit him. You better not hit him. And the big brother, being Putin and Russia, was like, what? Like, not only is no one gonna tell us what to do, but no one across the world is definitely not gonna tell us what to do. We're going to war. I honestly think he's going to war just off GP. Y'all basically told a grown-ass man who's like the undisputed leader of his country what he could or could not do with that country, and he responded by doing what the fuck gangsters do. If I invade, y'all gonna do what? If I invade, all right, yeah, go ahead and invade them. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, to go with that analogy, yeah, like if you was trying to protect your little brother, like, you better not touch him. I'm the asshole on the side telling them, oh yeah, didn't you already get your ass whooped by Afghanistan? Why are you trying to start with Putin? Like, we lost to them, we pulled out. That was such a terrible military strategy. But just to look back at the article real quick, if we pay attention to the fact that the markets, everybody's going crazy today. Everybody thinks, oh, Bitcoin dropped 7%, Ethereum dropped off a cliff.
Yeah, that's what I say. Traditional markets. That's what I meant to say too.
Traditional markets. I think gold is the only thing that spiked. But what I'm seeing is the world is falling around us, and all I can ask right now is, where is Ja? Where's Ja Rule when you need him? Where's Ja? We need you at a time of crisis like this. China's flying over Taiwan. Ukraine invasion is happening right now. I mean, everything that is possibly bad that could happen right now. And I don't even think we pulled it up as a story because it was so late. But even the EU is looking at banning proof of work Bitcoin type cryptocurrencies by 2025. The world is ending. Where's Ja? Where you at, buddy? This is your time to shine. But yeah, I mean, really, if you look at the volatility, war is not good for markets. That's been the case since the beginning. And I'm not surprised this is happening. And then somebody put in the comments, COVID didn't work. So they was like, fuck it. Let's go to war.
Exactly. We said that before the show.
It just so happens that they don't have to raise QE, quantitative easing rates. Jerome Powell at the Federal Reserve, they don't have to raise those rates of inflation now that we're at war. A coinky-dink? Probably. Just a coincidence.
What's crazy, literally the day the mask mandates come off in California. All right, you can take off your mask and we're going to war day. Okay.
We need to be able to see your face for the draft.
Really quick, something else I also want to point out. So I mentioned traditional markets. I'm not in them, but I did hear traditional markets, like their drop is incredible. They're saying you can make damn near 8 times back on some of those projects that are out there or some of those companies that are there. So if you're into those, I know you're probably doing well. But this is the stuff I want to point out. And this is like the United States approach to Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin. We love Vitalik. Smart guy. What was he, 23-year-old genius or whatever? Yeah. He lived his first 6 years of his life in Russia. He tweeted about 4 a.m. in Russia. Now, this is according to a rough translation, quote, very upset by Putin's decision to abandon the possibility of a peaceful solution to the dispute with Ukraine and go to war instead. This is a crime against the Ukrainian and Russian people. I want to wish everyone security, although I know there will be no security. Glory to Ukraine. Then he also added in English, Ethereum is neutral, but I am not. For one, I find that hard to believe that your project, you don't have a project that size of magnitude and people are dying. You say, yeah, the project's neutral, but I'm not. So in order to save lives of people you care about, you would not move that scale neutrality on your own project. I find that hard to believe. I can tell you now, if it's me and mine dying and it's my project, oh, we not neutral over here. We on some one side waving flags, all right? We want you to know, like what? A, and then B, again, this is the US move. This is Twitter fingers, folks. And again, I'm not for war. I don't want to say I'm not for it. You know, hopefully this can end peacefully. No, I'm not for the loss of human lives that don't need to be lost, especially when they're innocents. Yeah. However, war, just like the what was it, the COVID whole thing that happened, what was it called, the virus, war and the virus are something that's real life. They don't get no more real than this. There are real viruses. There will be real lockdowns. There will be real curfews, and there will be real wars. So just like the United States, for whatever fucking reason, decided to put a battery in Ukraine back and amp them up like we had their back, which we don't. Like, what? Can you imagine we started sending some of them Georgia and Mississippi boys to Ukraine to die? Like, what? What? We don't have your back. So let's make sure that's clear. And just like Vitalik's coming out, stay your ass in your lane. You thought Putin was your friend like that, to where you could tweet at him, or like, no, you're a developer. Russia wants to get a head up on technology in their economy, so they use you just like any other country would. When it comes to actual war, when missiles are being dropped, guns are being fired, it's called a black box theory for anybody who's been in the military. Once all that shit start, the politics don't, none of that matter. It's already started. So I say that to say, Vitalik, all these other people, stay in your lane. Everybody had their chance of throwing their 2 cents, and Russia then threw in, hey, Russia didn't spoke already. It is what it is. It's happening. So the thing about all of this that we need to look at is how long will it happen and how will it affect markets? I personally think the U.S. is bluffing. We won't get Ukraine's back. I think Ukraine got about 2.5, 3 weeks in a max. That's max before Russia really put the clamps on them. I think during these 2 to 3 weeks, we may see the market continue to go sideways or dip. And then once it's over, it will be restored back to full faith and confidence. We'll see a nice little bounce back. The only question is, once that bounce happens and once the situation is sorted, is if Russia decides to go full on dictatorship and say, hey, this is the way we're doing it with you and us, and we're using Bitcoin. Now, if that happens, we can see this entire trajectory change. But right now, in the meantime, I expect a lot of chop. I don't know. That's my thoughts on anything else Bitcoin, Zay?
Oh, yeah. Sideways and maybe down for the next few months if this happens. And again, this is a long-term play. So Bitcoin in the short term, whatever's going to happen geopolitically is going to happen. So you have to deal with it either way. But I think a flight to assets that people can use will happen if this continues for a while. That could be the moment of hyper Bitcoinization. And again, I always said it would be a black swan event that would push Bitcoin to the mainstream, and this may be a part of it. And it's weird to me that somebody actually put it in the comments. can we all be adults here? Some of you all haven't even said the word Ukraine in your life.
And then, so yeah, they got filters.
And from the comfort of your air-conditioned or very well-heated home in front of a fireplace can tweet out, oh, we need to pray for the citizens of Ukraine. I hate war. Bitcoin, not bombs. You don't want to see it happen. But at the same time, we live in a real world. Bitcoin doesn't exist in a vacuum. You got to look at the real world and actually think, if you actually wanted to help them, you would have done something to do it and not just tweet it out. Not really much you can do. That's why I say focus local. But
that's my point. It's like you can't do nothing. And that's my point. That's my only argument about about Bitcoin, economic freedom and everything. You know that. It's just like, yeah, this all works until somebody pulls out a gun and start busting it. Then it's like, all right, like
that's why you gotta have the security side. That's why I said people think playing games. You gotta be vigilant on all sides.
Hey, you know me. Listen, folks, I'm not gonna go as far as say a monger, but I like war. War is okay with me. Like it's yin and yang. It's as American as apple pie. Say I'm wrong and look at the history. All right. With that being said, this is what it is. It's happening. Again, I don't think it's gonna happen that long. Real talk. Thank you for the tip, gents. Do you recommend? And here's the important part. The reason why we talk about war and all this stuff, because it goes back down to what projects we're stakeholders at. So Real Talk said, gents, do you recommend the possibility of World War III, that we panic sell our altcoins and dive 10 toes into Bitcoin? So yeah, if it was an actual World War III, then yes. In the short term, again, this is short term, so like 2 months in type of deal, then yes, Bitcoin. But let's just not even say we go to World War III. Let's just say we have this intermediate battle right now in the next 3 weeks or so. I would say like the Bitcoin play was really like last night. It could, depending on how crazy things get, it can dip more. But don't forget, war is good for the economy. So I would say in the short term, let's say another bombing happens this weekend or next week or something. Yes, 10 toes into Bitcoin. However, you better believe these altcoins are going to rebound. Hopefully they do get like literally dragged out to their depths, to their all-time lows, wherever you can buy back in low, which could happen, I think, for a lot. But it's kind of like going back into what we had last year and a few months ago. Is when it's time to consolidate, it's time to consolidate. At this moment, you shouldn't be spread out between 10 to 20 projects, I would personally say, to kind of like consolidate into like 5 projects and to maximize whatever you're trying to maximize. Because again, if you really believe in the project can stand alone for the most part. Then even if it dips 15 or 20% a day, if it's a good project, it's not going to just keep dipping for forever. All right. Really quick, looking at some other comments. Come on, Mr. G, the recycling guy. That's crazy. You see what he said?
Listen, World War III.
How many bodies dropped in Ukraine? Come on now. Dad and Dana talk about it's going down. Rico San Diego, Bitcoin on sale. How low will she go? What's up, Sergeant Crypto? Let's see. Yep, Mr. G, the recycling guy said war is a convenient scapegoat to cover up inflation. That's what you said earlier. I mean, listen, literally, the mask mandates end and the war starts. People, don't be a part of her at this point. Like you can't even make this up in a better movie the way this shit's clicking.
Oh yeah, like, I'm talking about back to back to back. They right on schedule.
Listen, there is nothing wrong. Like once you realize this, there is nothing wrong. Life is good. There's nothing wrong. Go to work, make your money, buy some more Bitcoin, people. Everything else is just distracting. Yeah, Xi Jinping is the president of China, I meant to say. Cornelius Broadnock said, remember when Biden said Putin knew who to try when Trump was in office? Hey, good point. Wow. He did know who to try when Trump was in office. Because he didn't try Trump.
Nah. He was going to try either Hillary or Biden, either one that got in there. They don't. Hey, I mean, I'm sorry for some people, but Putin does not respect women leaders. He definitely don't respect an 85-year-old man who could barely talk. He's going to call you bluff. He's going to call our bluff because, again, I always say the president's job is to look strong to other international leaders. That is their job. They don't have nothing really to do with us. If you look at most of the president's mandates, they haven't affected your life in the least bit. But internationally, if you look across the table and you're like, man, this dude is a bitch. And Putin is a war person. I'm sorry,
he was in a version of the CIA.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry, but that happens at the high levels. That's still, that doesn't go away. That doesn't go away because now I'm the president. That still is there.
But see, again, I got to give it to the United States. We're smarter than that. Like, the United States aren't sending our sons and daughters over to Ukraine, bro. Nah, like we might send we might send some advisors, some special forces, some contingencies. We know what? We might even park a ship off the side. We not sending our boys a girl. I wouldn't vote for that. What? Hey, I hope everything ends well over there. It ain't got nothing to do over here. Mr. G, the recycling guy, talking about Vitalik tweeting social justice stuff from a luxury apartment. That's peak, peaks. Yeah, for sure. Peak. What's it called when you're virtual signaling? Yeah. Reno Gamble said U.S. wanted the war to segue from everything. Yep, I think this is just a segue. Wyatt Tri said he thought he was a part of the starting five, talking about Vitalik. Like, this don't make no sense. When a bomb gets dropped, you don't get to Twitter. All right, like that's not the way it works. You need to Vitalik with your influence and power. You should. Hey, you really care? Get into it. If you really want to be in the game, be in the game. Send your Ukraine a box of unmarked guns. Now you're talking about some war shit, right? Hey, you don't want to talk about that. Hey.
Send them that billion in Sheeb that you got. Send them
send your Ukraine some Sheba you got. All right, exactly. So let's stop talking about that. Let's see. Michael Kennedy said ATMs run out of money and banks freeze and withdrawals is a huge reason to be on Bitcoin. People would be able to leave Ukraine with their money instead of with nothing. I mean, honestly, yes. If people in Ukraine were on Bitcoin heavy, they would leave, and all they would be leaving would be physical land or physical assets. They would not be leaving their value because they would have everything in Bitcoin. It could be on their paper wallets, their phone wallets. This is actually a great point for it as well. But yeah, Mr. G, recycling guy said 85-year-old senile man Biden versus KGB chess master Putin. Here's the other thing, people. I'll say this and I'll end on this. And yeah, China's starting with Taiwan. Bitcoin, as they said before the show, he think that China and actually Russia met, and this might be what it's about. Here's the thing, people. China, Russia, and United States know two main things. There's something that protects the United States from the entire planet, and that's called the Atlantic and Pacific Ocean. It's not our military, it's our oceans that are our biggest our allies, because it's very difficult to come here and to bring supplies here and fight. And the second thing is, I don't care if it's the United States going to Russia or China or Russia coming to the United States. These three countries, the military commanders know that if we were to actually invade another country, the first 5 to 10% of troops are getting wiped. I don't care if it's the U.S. going there or them coming here. Either way it go, somebody's side getting wiped 10% as soon as you send troops. So no one wants to do that. Like, no country wants to be like, we're going to send our troops to China. Or we're going to send our troops to Russia. Or we're going to send our troops to the United States. You might as well 10% of whatever that number is, go ahead and get rid of them day one.
Yeah, it's going to be all over again.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's terrible for the news. You know what I mean? Like, especially, yeah, that's why America, I don't think we're going.
Like, America's very hard to conquer, not only because of the oceans, but because citizens have guns. Russia has winter, so you can only fight there damn near half the year. And China got China. So by and large, people, like, we have to stop with this fear thing. They're trying to scare you. It's not going to go that far because every commander knows if it goes that far, we're all 10%. Like, literally day one, 10%. White. So I don't think it'll go that far, people. Reel it in. It's all good. Buy more Bitcoin. They're trying to scare the market. All right. Another person that's trying to scare a market, it looks like Seller Rugs, a $30 million CryptoPunks collection minutes before Sotheby's auction. After pulling out of $30 million Sotheby auction just minutes before it was set to go live, the anonymous NFT collector made fun of the luxury art auction house on Twitter. What is going on with Sotheby's?
Oh man, well, it looks as though somebody figured out how to rug Sotheby's. The event, of course, is a huge NFT auction now. It was just an auction house, but now they include NFTs. The CryptoPunk holders' reason behind the move remained unclear. However, in the aftermath of the canceled auction, the anonymous owner sent out a seemingly nonchalant tweet to his 12,000 followers. He said, never mind, decided to hold after taking it. And there was this meme here, which is pretty funny. Taking punks mainstream by selling on Sotheby's. And then right under that, taking punks mainstream by rugging Sotheby's, which again, you just have people in this market that they they just want to see the world burn. And at this point, they're having a little bit of fun with them. And the NFT industry, like they said, has witnessed near exponential growth with CryptoPunks generating over 2 billion in sales since the inception. So these people are going to come out in the blue. The fact that they were able to have the 104 CryptoPunks estimated and then canceled it just shows they're kind of messing around with these big auction houses. Maybe they want to keep it peer-to-peer. Who knows?
Yeah, this is this is It is funny, especially if their motivation was because of the high fees charged by auction houses like Sotheby's, as you can see here. You know, if their real motivation was like, no, I want to do this for the open market so that people who aren't involved in Sotheby's or people who can't afford these retail fees can also buy it, then I get it. That's fair play. But if not, it's still fair play. But I will say, like, this is the stuff that's going to drive away the traditional markets from coming over, because they're like, all right, y'all still in this goofy stage playing with people. You know, we didn't put out press releases, media reports. We don't, I mean, just for example, like maybe they have a whole marketing plan for this $30 million NFT thing. And then you say, we decided not to come today. Like, I get it. Haha, it is funny. Like, stick it to the establishment and stuff. You know, we're for that here. Okay. Yeah. Hey, we're for that. All right. It's all good. However, you might be shooting yourself in your foot. Again, twofold when it comes to actually incorporating these people to go mainstream. And then secondly, Sotheby's, I think you'll be okay. They're not that big, but let's not get it twisted. There are certain businesses where if you disrespect a business like that, like, yeah, those people are going to be like, oh, we want to make sure you never succeed. Like, we want to shut this project shit down you got going on. So why invite more battles to your project? Why invite more unnecessary attention when you're literally just trying to launch a good, fair project? So I will say that I get it. It was funny, you know, but hey, again, they did it for the feast and stick it to them. But if it was just to do it to be funny, it's a slippery slope. We can make the entire market kind of look bad on that one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if they think it's too juvenile, they'll run away.
Right, exactly. Yeah, if it's too juvenile. Oh, we are down over 100 likes. Really? Uh-oh. Oh, it's all good. We're almost done for the day, so we're going to keep it pushing. We'll see the likes tomorrow. I feel like Friday's a sleep-in day anyway. I remember I used to never go to, even if I would go, I never used to do work on Fridays. Like when I go to class, I'd be like, it's game day, man.
Oh, yeah. Fridays are good. My weekend started last night.
You know what I'm saying? Anyway, working on Friday. No. Maybe Finance partners with Celsius to launch Wrap Ethereum lending pool. So again, this is not a huge story in itself. We've seen this before. The capital pool promises to enable greater access to finance for traditional corporations and institutions seeking to capitalize on emerging opportunities within the DeFi space. Now, the positive of this is what we saw with Solana. Essentially, you get a big hack, you have a VC fund behind that hack to say, hey, you don't have to do anything dirty with the blockchain. You don't have to do whatever. You can rely on us to fund this, to repay back all your stakeholders. So the good thing about you seeing these VC companies partner with these lending pools and protocols is that, yes, by and large, your money is safe, right? You won't have the high APYs, but by and large, if your money just poofs and disappear, it's starting to look like the VCs, or at least in the short term, going to be like, all right, we'll pick up the check, we'll figure this out as long as the project can move forward. Now, that's kind of dangerous because you get to rely on VCs where we shouldn't be relying on this type of thing on the DeFi side of things. That's the dangerous part. And the second thing, I think Celsius is actually trying to partner with Maple Finance almost as a shield to regulators, right? I'm thinking they're going after a traditional VC firm, someone who's been compliant, who works with the government, who has all this stuff, not only to back them from a financial point of view, a capital point of view, but to also back them from a status, a social point of view. Whereas now they're like, hey, you know, don't come after us in our lending pool. We got Maple Finance, who's been partners with the U.S. government for years behind us. I truly think that's the play. And I say that's the play because, again, we already saw the SEC come out against Coinbase and say they'll sue them if they continue the lending. They just came out with against BlockFi with a $100 million lawsuit. And again, I truly believe Celsius and Nexo are on the list as well. And that's true. Then essentially, when all this heat is on them for lending, they're still partnering up with companies and making headlines. I truly think that is just to soften the regulatory blow by having friends on their side. But I don't know. What are your thoughts on this?
Oh, yeah. I think it was a good move by Mashinsky and Celsius if they want to basically try and protect themselves, because they saw what happened to BlockFi. They are not trying to pay $100 million. So basically, I think, like you said, partnering with an established financial firm or lending service and using their pool of money, and since they're already regulated, I think this helps them to become more mainstream and to not be looked at as, you know, nefarious. And again, like you said, they don't want that tap on the shoulder, so it's better to be early than to have to pay the money and then have to go back and restructure your whole company. So hopefully this works for them. But again, the DeFi market, a lot of this stuff is still gray area. Nobody really knows what regulators want to do. Nobody knows what's actually legal, illegal. Nobody knows what's a security. So they're kind of on thin ice, but this is a good way to protect yourself.
You know what? And really quick, this is what's really going to happen. So as you can see, Maple Finance, they have institutional investors. So again, credit investors, wealthy people already. This might be the play, and this was messed up. They're saying you can't lend. And again, this isn't written in regulation. It looks like this is Celsius workaround. But instead of them lending, they're going essentially through a compliant company, and the company is going to be doing the lending. This is crazy.
Yeah.
So they could actually, it looks like what I'm reading here, they're going to be using, as you can see, Powell share that, quote, institutions work directly with the Celsius team to borrow from this pool. Borrowers have to pass through Celsius, establish KYC and credit assessments, adding, in this instance, digital asset institutions. Wintermute and Amber have already been doing business on Maple, so have an on-chain credit reputation and signed a master loan agreement too. This plus Celsius established processes means onboarding has been streamlined for all parties. Essentially, this is what it means. All these people, Amber, Wintermute, Maple, they're all regulatory, legacy, traditional, compliant, right? They paid licenses. They did all this stuff with the regulators. They attended the meetings. They wore their hall passes or whatever the fuck you got to do when you go out without permission, right? Celsius, the new kid on the block has all the new tech. They can't do it on their own, though, because the government was like, yo, you ain't paying us. You ain't got no licenses. We're going to shut you down. So Celsius was like, all right, hold on. What do we do? What we doing? But just for the companies who already paid y'all. The government said that won't do long term, but it'll do for now. And here we are. If this does go for long term, you might actually see BlockFi, Nexo, and even possibly parts of Coinbase partner with the likes of JP Morgan Chase. You know what I'm saying? What's the other big one? Goldman Sachs.
Yeah.
Wells Fargo. You might actually see that partnership happen only because the government makes it so that they can't directly come to a retail customer, which again is ridiculous, but they can't go to a credit investor. If they do it like that, then literally they can just stop this whole lending game to retail investors overnight by still. And the reason why they'll stop it, the protocol wouldn't have to stop, but they would. The deal would be one they couldn't refuse, right? It'd be the United States government saying, you either do it this way with these people we tell you with, or you don't do it at all. Now, granted, the technology will still exist. So I think there'll always be a DeFi or something platform pop up. A few months here, no one knows about lending here. It actually works, but it's going to eventually get shut down. But as far as the long-standing, centralized, big ones like this, they may have to fold under bigger companies or banks, according to the government, if this happens. It's kind of crazy, actually.
Yeah.
Let's see. The Cancer Man, thank you for the tip. Did you drop corn cobs on Ethan Ralph's doorstep? I think maybe that's an Iowa thing because there's corn, but I'm not sure. I didn't do it, so I'm not sure. AbleNet Tech said, thanks, gents. Because of you all, I'm a new employee in the blockchain industry. Hey, hold on. Let me get the round of applause going.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they've been watching this for a long time.
Yeah, congrats. I think that's like the fourth or fifth person we got on a different company, so shout out to them. Cedric Lemoyne, gentlemen in crypto, we're going to release an NFT. Which blockchain would you consider using? Bitcoins, they could probably answer that better than me.
Probably either Polygon, Solana, or Stacks.
There it is. Marlon Wells, in overshadowed news, our governor here in Colorado tweeted that we'll be the first state to accept crypto for state and taxes and fees. If Colorado was smart, they would have already been accepting crypto for weed 2 years ago, bro. Like what? Colorado would have been one of the wealthiest states in America if y'all started accepting crypto for weed when y'all started doing the weed thing.
Oh,
and
they
the only reason, go ahead.
I was saying they're working on it. I spoke with Jared Polis's crypto guy that's in Colorado. He was at ETH Denver, spoke to a mutual friend, hooked us up, actually spoke with him. That is something they're actually working on right now. Not specifically paying for weed with crypto, but paying your taxes in crypto if you are a company. So that's really what they're focused on, because again, you can pay for it with crypto, but they want to make sure they get taxes out of it. So that's a part of the reason why they want to make it so that you can pay taxes with crypto. So they're working on it. Jared Polis, first politician to accept Bitcoin donations. So I wouldn't doubt it. But you're right. They kind of are handcuffed by Schedule 1 federally to do that. But they could have raised so much more money.
Well, yeah, and when that's the thing, the California people told me the same thing. Well, you can't, because I'm like, listen, shout out to the feudal system when we had lords and 10,000 people in their backyard. Like, no, we're gonna do it. Like, what is this? We're not going to do it. because here's my thing. Again, I'm
Just pull up
all
the
for
QR code.
yeah, I'm all for consensus of people, democracy, blah, 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 even though none of this actually rings true in America. We like to think it does, but I'm for it, whatever. I'm for the thought of it. However, why, again, who are the people and why are the people of this government telling other people what they can and cannot do when it comes to certain types of business stuff? Like, that's not even legal. So when it comes to stuff, I mean, we know the real reason. Like, yeah, they were been accepting Bitcoin for weed the last 2 or 3 years and the government didn't get their taste. We know the real reason. But literally, instead of doing that, these companies, these marijuana companies, cannabis companies, said to be compliant with an overregulated government that just allowed us to do this 3 years ago, we're going to use cash and face the possibility of robberies all the time, of danger, of going back and forth to banks, and to pay taxes on all this stuff that the government doesn't like, instead of just using Bitcoin. Here's the deal. Get 5,000 dispensaries to use Bitcoin. You'll be able to fight back. It's that simple.
Yeah.
You'll be able to fight back in 24 hours. You'll have enough Bitcoin in 24 hours to hire a legal team of 5,000 dispensaries and be like, no, we're going to use Bitcoin. It works. It works way better. It's really that simple. People like, we got to break this shit down. There's a group of other humans telling another group of humans what they are and are not allowed to do. Listen, when that happens too often, guns.
Yeah. All I'm gonna say is, if the response by small businesses to band together during COVID was any indication, they ain't about to do shit.
Oh, I already know.
Everybody, I'm like, bro, why don't y'all just go to all the businesses around y'all, say, hey, let's all just not close for one day and let's see if what they do with every business open. Like, y'all didn't talk to each other, try nothing. Nope, we're just gonna close down and listen. I'm gonna comply till I die. Like, God, y'all have no backbone.
Hey, and this is why I won't even say I hate to say it. I don't feel bad standing up for the establishment either. I keep telling people I'm a part of the game. Listen, you all are weak. Y'all weak. You're worthless. Like, I want to stand up for the sheep, but the sheep not gonna stand up for themselves. What I look like? No, I'm gonna roll with the wolves. Like, that's what it is. Like, I'm trying to show you how to fight, but if you don't want to fight, get slaughtered. But either way, then motion will be happening. It will be movement. But no, I'm with you. It is what it is, folks. That's why I like the old guard. As assholes, here's the thing. Donald Trump's a perfect example. As terrible as he was as a human to many people, motherfucker, hey, he talk that shit to your face. You know what I'm saying?
What you dealing with? That's probably the best you can ask for is know what you're dealing with.
Hey, you didn't have to ask who said what about who, where, when, or how, or whatever. Hey, he was like, no, right here. Bring the camera up here. Yeah. I said it. So, I mean, who do you choose? The person who's scared to look at the camera and say, I said it? Or the team that's looking at the camera like, no, we said it. One team's an asshole, one team's weak. I'll take the assholes over taking the weak team. Yeah, like, it is what it is. Buy more Bitcoin, people. You don't need to pick any team. Dogecoin founder speaks out against meme coins. They're made by people trying to get rich off other people trying to get rich, said Dogecoin creator Billy Marcus. First of all, shout out to Dogecoin founder for actually coming out with this. He didn't have to, but no one listens when we do. They're like, oh, you guys are just not going to get the bags, or you're not trying to get people rich. You just want them to buy Bitcoin. That project's over and dead. Well, it looks like another frustrated party was the Dogecoin co-founder or founder, Billy Marcus, who was frustrated by the amount of meme coin spammers flooding his Twitter threads. He blasted the crypto shillers through a series of tweets, essentially recounting how Doge was created, what it was created for, and how people have essentially twisted the game. So you can see here, satire has some mildly clever elements to it. Jokes are funny. Spam advertising, lying about who is involved in the project, making up ridiculous promises, desperately trying to get Elon's attention to promote you, etc., are not clever or amusing. You no longer make me laugh. And again, you can go more into it, but he continues saying Dogecoin was made 8 years ago as satire, which we've said here many times before. And no one actually believed you when you were saying it here, which is hilarious. So to see the founder come out and say it, making fun of the idiotic coins, irony, satire. Current meme coins aren't even memes. They really aren't memes too, which is fucking hilarious. They're made by people trying to get rich off of other people trying to get rich, to each their own, but it is indeed a different thing. And I want to point this out. This is the reason why Mark Cuban, no offense, I love him on Shark Tank and other things he's done in business, but this is why he should not be number 44 on the top 100 list. This is why Elon Musk should not be on these lists. They are literally, while they have influence, yes, while their influence is undisputed, no doubt, while they have a ton of money, billions of dollars, true as well. In this space, in this community, like, let's not even talk about how much they know or don't know when they entered or anything. They pump Dogecoin. Like, so you all talk about y'all don't like BitBoy and some of these other antics some of the other YouTubers and Twitter people do. Elon Musk and Mark Cuban pump Dogecoin. Like, that is the beginning and end of their sentence in crypto journey as I know it. But
yeah,
I don't know. This is crazy. I'm glad to see him come out and say this. What are your thoughts real quick?
Oh man, I can't stand when there's Mark Cuban talk or Elon Musk talk about their impact on the industry. Bro, they literally were making fun of you. And that's what Doge was made for. And I just want to show people this really quick. So that we can get some understanding when we discuss these coins. We're just trying to show.
I was pulling it up if you didn't pull it up.
Hey, the last all-time high was 7 cents. Usually coins drop down to the last all-time high. So get ready for 7 cent Dogecoin. All of you who was waiting for it to go to $1, dude. I was there when they made it. It was literally a joke because people were making terrible coins back in 2014. Like I said, donated to the Jamaican bobsled team, was in on some of the early Dogecoin stuff. It was hilarious back then. It's not funny now. There is literally just a culture of people rug pulling people who are trying to get rich quick. Hopefully you don't fall for those scams and get out the shitcoin casino.
There it is. And shout out Michael Kennedy said he used crypto to buy weed in Denver, 4% back on the purchase. Hey, you get 4% back on weed purchases in crypto. You can't even do that in California, bro. I can tell you. Yeah. I know where you can't do it around. I know who you can't do it around. Okay. Like, what? 4% back. I'm about to run that up. All right. Last but not least, certainly. And that's crazy. The Dogecoin founder had to actually come out and say that. And one thing I will hit on too, he's right. They're not even meme coins. Like, Doge at least started as a meme. Like, they're not even meme coins. They're real projects promising stuff. So again, for those who are now, we saw the comments the other day, and feel free to call tomorrow. For all those who said we got it wrong about SafeMoon, there's about 5 or 6 of y'all in the comments. Please call tomorrow. Those who are saying we got SafeMoon wrong, which they're saying the way we called it is wrong. They say we called it like a rug or a scam, and technically the project's still going. Fine, semantics. We can play that game. For those who think SafeMoon, Shiba, Flokies, any of these things are different than Doge, please call in tomorrow and we'll discuss it. We'll show you the exact reason why this is the exact same. All right, last but not least, let's go ahead and talk about these top 20 of the top 100 going on in Cointelegraph. Again, this list is fugazi as it gets, but let's go ahead and chat about it.
Yeah, first up, we got here at 21. Vitalik Buterin, man, if he's down at 21, man.
Hey, I said it in my head and I was like, damn, they got him at 21?
Man, who's at the top 20? Wow. So, of course, if you look at most of the industry, everybody can't be top 5 forever. So, they got to start somewhere. But if we go up just a little bit, I believe they've released some more. Hold on, let me pull it up on mine.
So you got Jack Dorsey in there.
No. I think it's more at the top. Hold up. Let me jump on mine real quick.
Oh, okay. I think I'm going the wrong way.
Yeah. I think they just added some more. So they're up to 17 now. So Michael Sapper from ProShares. Yeah, I heard of him. Do-Kwon from Terraform Labs. All right. That's pretty interesting. Leah Wall, the Valkyrie. CryptoPunks as a collection. Because, again, they got 13 non-human people on the list, which is crazy. Let's see. We discussed some of these people already. Of course, Jack Dorsey, Cynthia Loomis. Yeah, we discussed some of these people yesterday.
I've seen Trung name before too. I feel like.
Yeah, we just discussed them yesterday. But yeah, this list is looking like they're starting to get newer people in there. Terraform Labs.
They got Gary Gensler on there.
Where?
29, bro.
Oh man, there's no. How you? Influential. I mean, I guess he is influential when he can basically call your shitcoin security at some point. You would be very influential in how you move, but all he's done right now is regulate a bunch of stuff that he, in my opinion, does not really understand. He understands Bitcoin, he understands how the market works, but he doesn't understand the innovation behind it. He just wants to regulate. These people are not dumb, but they are not innovative at all. There's a big difference between these people and how we regularly think. They're not thinking about that. They just want the money. How really is he in the top 30? Come on, man.
Really quick, shots fired too. Not trying to disrespect none of these people. However, just got to point out there is this is the same thing with value and the worth and money and fiat. just because something's worth a lot of money in fiat doesn't mean it has value in the crypto space. And I say that because like we have to decide, is because a person has a big Twitter following or they have a high position, does that mean, I mean, so here's my thing. Mark Cuban probably got how many people over to Dogecoin? I still don't consider that more valuable or more, what's the thing, or more exposure than a DeFi protocol developer of a small DeFi platform. Because one, what's that?
I bet she's in the top 10.
Oh, I'm about to talk about, yeah. Because one guy, you got like, well, he told everybody about crypto. He brought all these people. It's like, yeah, but he brought them all to Dogecoin. And the other person is like, but he has a real project that's really working that can change the entire planet, the technology itself. Only 6 people know about it, but this is real. To me, when you're talking about the space, is like, when you talk about value, the technology matters, the blockchain matters, like not who's promoting it. So I say that to preface some of the couple of names I'm about to throw out there really quick, which is, again, love them, but you got Snoop. Like, I think, no offense, I think the only thing Snoop's done in the space, I won't say only thing, but I know he just had the $44 million he made from his NFT sales, but it's Snoop Dogg. Like, hey, Snoop the man. Like, Snoop could,
yeah, already the man.
Write, Snoop could write a notebook of lyrics, and somebody's gonna, like, a lot of people will buy it. Like, he could make, might not be 44 million, but if it was just, this is Snoop Dogg's Journal of Lyrics of 2022, he'll make 10 million off it. Like, it's Snoop. So I don't know. Like, next to the creator of the Bitcoin stock to flow model, come on. Like, come on. Like, you can't even have these people next to each other. That's not fair to the stock to flow model. Another one I thought was pretty interesting.
Tom Brady.
Oh, you know I was about to go there. That's why I scrolled up so you wouldn't see it. Like, and Paxos again. Paxos, they really stole Very Tasty and Reggie Middleton, a lot of their stuff. But even still, why do you have Paxos at 35, creative Paxos, and at 39, you have the co-founder of 1inch. 1inch does amazing things on the DeFi side of things. And then in between these two, you have Tom Brady, who literally just got in publicly last year. And that's only because FTX signed him and gave him crypto. Like, come on. Come on. You got a person at 37, at number 37, who's been in the space less than a year, only because another company who's been funded by a country gave him free crypto. Like, come on, folks. Again, this is my thing. Is he notable? And to me, he's the GOAT. Tom Brady is the best football player, quarterback ever out there, right?
Quarterback.
Right. Quarterback, you're right. Not football player. Football player, I actually would have to give to like Ed Reed or something. But definitely the best quarterback. Who you get? Who you
got? Barry Sanders.
I love Barry, so I'm not
Dion.
So here's the thing. I was actually gonna say Barry. Barry's my favorite player growing up in Detroit. Watched him all the time. Played at Pontiac Silverdome. I had Barry first.
5'8". 5'8".
I said Ed Reed though. The reason why I reeled Barry in, as much as I love Barry, Ed Reed, boy, both sides. It don't even matter. Ball in his hand or if it's not in his hand, he's a problem.
That's Deion Sanders. That's what I was saying. Both sides.
Deion wasn't hitting like that though.
He wasn't, but at the same time,
Ed Reed
Sanders would have shook Ed Reed's kneecaps off. He would have hit nothing really hard.
So our point is, as much as we love Tom Brady, like, no, you shouldn't be nowhere near the 1inch people. 1inch works very well. Once again, like, you can't do that. You cannot, like, put it like this. While he's not a Tom Brady, the 1inch co-founder is a very good quarterback in the crypto space. All right. It's like, it just don't make sense. It just don't make sense.
Popularity list. We know it by now.
It's all good. All right. Other than that, that is the show for today. We are going to get back to doing 30-minute episodes. People, we just be going over all the time because we be turned. You got anything, Bitcoin Zay?
Nah, it's a crazy time in the world. Where's Ja? Where are you, Ja? Hopefully it comes out and helps us solve these problems.
There it is. Don B said the same thing. What does Ja Rule think about all of this? Walker Lamer said not all celebrities can do what Snoop is doing. No, I agree with you. Not all celebrities can do it, but this space isn't about celebrity unless you're talking about celebrity developers. Again, that's the point about price and value. Celebrities can help influence the price. They do not influence the value. If you're looking for long-term projects here and not looking to hurry up and sell the pump and dump off of Dogecoin or something, then you want to look for the value of projects, not just the price of them for sure. Other than that, LT, Lawrence Taylor. All right, Joe. But see, here's the deal. I don't know how Lawrence Taylor would look running more than 25 yards with ball in his hand.
Oh, yeah. Somebody just reminded me. Leroy Forbes just put Stacks has a summit today. Yeah, I forgot about that. At 2:10, they just asked me to moderate the Stack Summit. It'll be Eric from Venture Miami, Patrick from CityCoin. So jump on there if you want to see about Stacks and how it's helping local cities.
All right, there it is. Other than that is the show for today. Make sure you all smash that like and share. Check out iCoin wallet again, iCointechnology.com. It shows you how to use that printer today. Pretty cool wallet. Again, it's another way. You don't just have to have one wallet. We actually say have many. Get a Ledger, Treasure, and iCoin, right? Have a bunch of them and diversify. Other than that, make sure you smash that like and share, and we will see you all tomorrow with some more.